Hello everyone, welcome back to this 6 days ethics crash course. Now this is day number 3 today. So this is the evening lecture that we are conducting wherein we are going to understand three very important terms called sympathy, empathy and compassion. Without understanding these terms, it's very hard for you to understand how you are going to work on the field after you clear this examination. That is why understanding of these three terms and understanding of the difference between these three terms is very important. Often students confuse sympathy with empathy and pity with sympathy and compassion with empathy. In reality, sympathy is different, pity is different, empathy and compassion are two different words. So we are going to understand through the help of an example what is the meaning of these terms. Then we'll talk about emotional intelligence and at the end of the lecture we'll be solving one case study. Let's begin. Now let's take an example. Okay. We have R, S and T. These are three friends and they work in the same company. Now during their lunch time, they decided to walk out of the company and to have some tea, at the nearby stall, tea stall. So at the lunch time, they walked out, right? It was their break time. They decided to have a cup of tea during their office break time. But they saw a small kid serving them the tea and another young kid who was washing the dishes. And by seeing the plight of the child labor persisting even after the independence that we got and the certain laws that prevail, these three friends were very concerned. Now R was sad. But why she was sad? Because she was looking at the condition of these young kids. She thought that at this age they should have been in school, they should be playing with their friends. So she was very sad seeing the condition of the kids. Then S was also sad, but here her sadness was different. She was not sad looking at the condition of the small kids, but she was equating these kids with her own kid. And she thought if my kid was at their place, I would be very sad, I would be very heartbroken. So S, by looking at the kids, was equating the situation with her own kid and was sad. At the same time, T over here, T decided to help the kids by informing the nearby NGOs. She was also sad, but she said that I have to do something to improve the condition of these kids. So she decided to help these kids by informing the nearby NGOs. She tried to arrange education for them and tried to counsel their parents. Now this above incident shows the situation of sympathy, empathy and compassion. In the case of R, she was sad and she was just worried about their education and how they should be playing with their friends right now. She did not do anything about it. She did not do anything to improve the situation of these children. She was just sitting there watching them and was feeling sad. So this is sympathy. When you feel sad for someone, when you feel the emotions of someone, but you are not actually doing something about it. That is sympathy. That you are just expressing your sadness, expressing your feelings. S, on the other hand, was not thinking about the kids per se, but she was equating her own kid, right? So, this situation of S reflects the empathy, right? Why empathy? Because here she could, feel their, you can say, misery by equating it with her own child, right? So, as a mother, she could feel their pain, but still she was not doing anything. But here T shows compassion. Why? Because T was sad. T could feel their sadness, but T thought I have to do something about it. So she channelized her sadness with action. She tried to help them through NGOs. So that is compassion. So sympathy means when you feel someone's pain. Empathy means when you can relate with someone's pain. You can actually feel it by putting yourself in their position or your loved ones in their position. And compassion is when you do not just sit and feel about it. You do something about it. You do something to change the situation. That is compassion. Sympathy, empathy, compassion. Now I guess the definition is becoming much more clearer. अब थोड़ी सी definition clear हो रही है I guess. So in today's lecture, we are going to talk about the emotional intelligence which is of utmost necessity in the civil servants. We are going to talk about empathy, tolerance and compassion because without these, you can never be a good administrator. Administration means relating to the people. Administration means serving the people. And how can you connect with the people if you do not have those emotions for them? How can you connect with them or with their problems or their struggles if you do not have tolerance or compassion? Right? So that is why we are going to understand what these terms are. We are going to understand if these terms are present in our body, in our mind and heart or not. Okay? And try to relate with each of these terms throughout the lecture. Let's begin with empathy. Empathy से शुरू करते हैं. Now, understanding how others are feeling is known as empathy. And how can you understand? By putting yourself in their position, right? That is empathy. Empathy का मतलब क्या होता है? दूसरे के पोजीशन में खुद को रख के उसके पेन को समझना. When somebody is sharing their pain with you, you do not just listen and say yes, yes, okay, oh my god. No. You actually keep yourself in their place and feel it. Feel what they are going through. That is empathy. उसको कहते हैं empathy. Or you do not make fun of them. You actually understand and you can say relate to that person. That is called empathy. उसको हम empathy बोलते हैं. empathy का मतलब है कि बस सुनकर उसकी बात इधर उधर गॉसिप कर दी या फिर उसके मुंह पर बोल दिया कि हाँ ठीक है हम समझते हैं, या पीछे से पिटी कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर या हंस रहे हैं उसके ऊपर. इसे empathy नहीं बोलते. empathy का मतलब होता है जब आप एक्चुअली अपने आप को उस पोजीशन में रखकर फिर उसके पेन को समझते हैं, उसे हम एम्पैथी बोलते हैं. एक्सपीरियंसिंग अदर पर्सन सफरिंग फ्रॉम दैट पर्सन्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. और आज की दुनिया में एम्पैथी की कमी है, इसी वजह से इतना आप बोलोगे डार्कनेस फैल रही है सोसाइटी में. Why this society is going through extreme darkness today? Because we are lacking empathy. We are not putting ourselves in the place of the other person. That is why people are getting cheated on. That is why people are getting hurt, right? That is why people are facing fraud like situations. Fraud क्यों होते हैं? ये financial frauds क्यों होते हैं? People don't understand somebody else's pain, somebody else's needs and desires. वो तो अपना normally fraud करने में लगता है because they think about themselves only. That is why the crimes are increasing, because empathy is lacking. And empathy can be developed. If you think that I do not have empathy, it can be developed also. How it can be developed? When you keep aside your selfish desires. जब आप अपने selfish desires side में रख देते हो, आप automatically दूसरे के pain को feel करते हो. If a person who is trying to cheat another person financially, if he keeps his selfish desire aside, he would never cheat the other person. He would never commit any fraud. So empathy is the ability to emotionally understand what other people feel. See things actually from their point of view, from their perspective. It's the ability when you are putting other person, ahead of your own selfish desires. अपने selfish desire से पहले दूसरे को रखते हो ना जब आप, तब आप empathy की situation में होते हो. That is empathy. Okay? And there is a very important philosopher called David Hume. He gave, explained empathy with an example. Let's say there is Swati and there is Mukti. Swati and Mukti work in the same company. Swati one day notices that Mukti is injured and she is in pain. So now Swati develops a mental state similar to that of Mukti. She now is feeling the pain of Mukti. She sees Mukti is bleeding, right? Her hand is bleeding, her hand is injured and she cannot pick it up. She's crying, she's in pain, she's lamenting. So Swati automatically starts feeling that pain in her own body. Ki how much painful it must have been for Mukti to handle this bleeding. Swati experiences the idea of pain of Mukti by watching her hurt hand. This feeling arises from a kind of association or due to psychological simulation. When you see an acid attack victim, psychologically something stirs up, right, in our brain. We also start crying by looking at that person. जब आप देखते हो एसिड अटैक के जो विक्टिम्स होते हैं, उनको देखकर दिल में कुछ हो जाता है ना, एक दर्द सा उठता है ना. That is empathy. The feeling of empathy creates a motivational drive in Swati to rush to Mukti's help. That is called empathy. For example, you look at an acid attack victim. उसको देखकर लगता है ना कि इसको सपोर्ट करना है, किसी को भी कोई भी ऐसे दौर से ना गुजरे ऐसी कोशिश करनी है. When you study for UPSC, you come across different kinds of crimes in the newspaper. Your heart says na that I am going to stop this. I am going to put an end to this once I clear this exam. That is empathy. उसको हम empathy बोलते हैं. When as a UPSC aspirant you are preparing for this exam, keeping in mind that I am going to stop this kind of violence in the society. I am going to start working for the upliftment of children, for the upliftment of women. I am going to start working for the upliftment of the elderly people. That is called empathy. And when you prepare with the feeling of empathy, that leads to success, because now you are relating with the society. Now you are not relating with the bungalow or the car or the servants that you are going to get. You are relating actually with the society. That will give you a motivational drive which will last for a longer period of time. The house, the fame, the name, the money, the car, it is not going to last for long. The motivation coming from these things is not going to last for long. But the motivation which comes from empathy stays till the very end of your life. एम्पथी से जब आप मोटिवेटेड होते हो तो वो मोटिवेशन आपकी लाइफ तक के एंड तक रहती है. नोबडी कैन snatch away that from you. So empathy also is of different types. First is the affective empathy, second is the somatic empathy, and third is the cognitive empathy. What is affective empathy? Let's understand. So affective empathy basically is the capacity to recognize and appropriately respond to the feelings of another person. Ability to understand another person's emotions and respond appropriately, that is affective empathy. So here we have two things. First we understand somebody's pain and then we respond also. यहाँ पर दो चीजें इन्वॉल्व है. पहला समझना, सेकंड रिस्पॉन्स देना. यू आर नॉट जस्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पेन एंड सिटिंग क्वाइटली, यू आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग. Such emotional comprehension could make someone feel concerned for the welfare of another person. And if as a civil servant you have affective empathy, that's going to help the society at large. अगर as a civil servant आपके अंदर affective empathy है ना, तो आप society को actions के द्वारा संवारने की कोशिश करोगे. Because here you will not just sit and understand, you will also respond appropriately. Second is the somatic empathy. Now when we talk about somatic empathy, it entails having a physical reaction to what another person is going through. For example, you might start blushing or feel queasy when you witness someone else blushing, right? Or you might start laughing if someone else is making funny gestures. That is somatic empathy. When physically, through your gestures, through your facial expressions, you respond to the reaction of the other person. If someone is blushing, telling you about their wedding or telling you about their proposal, then you might blush also, or you might feel happy also. That is your physical reaction, the facial expression based reaction, which is called somatic empathy. Coming to cognitive empathy. अब cognitive empathy पे आते हैं. Understanding another person's mental state and what they could be thinking in response to the circumstance is known as cognitive empathy. It involves being able to understand another person's mental state. Matlab, if somebody is sharing something with you, you understand what's going on in their head. That is cognitive empathy. And then you start thinking how you should respond to this situation. जब कोई आपसे अपने दिल की बात बोल रहा हो तो आप उसके माइंडसेट को समझें, उसके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है उसे समझे, उसकी साइकोलॉजिकल कंडीशन समझे. वो होता है कॉग्निटिव एम्पैथी. एंड देन अकॉर्डिंग टू, आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पर्सन साइकोलॉजिकल कंडीशन, then you understand how to talk to this person. That is called cognitive empathy. So these are the basic 3 kinds of empathy that we need to understand. ये है हमारे basic 3 तरीके की empathies जो हमको समझनी है यहाँ पर. ठीक है, cognitive हो गया ये, somatic and affective. And the most wonderful kind of empathy here which you require in your job also is the affective empathy and the cognitive empathy. These are the 2 very important kind of empathies that you require as a civil servant. Somatic empathy you require as a friend also, as a normal human being also. But affective and cognitive empathy are going to add plus points to your profession. Okay? So whenever it comes to the civil services as a profession, cognitive and affective empathies are going to work wonders. Alright? Let's move ahead. Now there are different parts of empathy. We say now there are different components in a computer, there are different components in a machine. Similarly, empathy also has different kind of components. For example, the first and very important component of empathy is virtue. Develop empathy as a virtue. What is virtue? Virtue is a kind of behavior showing high moral standards. Virtue क्या है? Virtue एक इस तरीके का behavior है जहाँ moral standards, high moral standards carry करता है इंसान. That is virtue. Virtue's opposite is vice. Vice means when you show low moral standards. Okay. So what is the true meaning of virtue? Virtue means, write it down, moral excellence. When your moral values and principles in life are so excellent that your character shines, that is virtue. Okay. Conformity to a standard of right. Morality is called virtue. So empathy can be developed in your mind as a virtue also, as a moral excellence also. You can say that I have empathy. Empathy can be one of your moral principles also in life. If somebody asks you in interview, what is your one basic and highest form of moral principle that you follow, it can be empathy also. Okay, इंटरव्यू में भी अगर आपसे कोई पूछता है कि भाई आपके कैरेक्टर में एक ऐसा पॉइंट मॉरल एक्सेलेंस से रिलेटेड बताओ जो आप फॉलो करते हो, तो आप एम्पैथी भी बोल सकते हैं. That empathy should be developed as rational element. You should not be overly sensitive, overly emotional to everyone. कि कोई आया नहीं आपके पास अपने स्ट्रगल्स की कहानी लेकर, या कोई आया नहीं गुहार लेकर पब्लिक, राइट, आप बिल्कुल बह गए, आपने कोई इधर उधर नहीं देखा और आपने उसकी जो वो चाहता है वैसे कर दिया. वो भी नहीं होना है. You have to look at both the points कि भाई if the demand of this person is correct or not. If the victim is actually a victim or not, क्या ये बता रहा है कि मैं victim हूँ साहब, मेरे साथ पुलिस वालों ने ऐसा किया, तो क्या कोई उसकी गलती तो नहीं थी कहीं. ठीक है, आपको सारे एलिमेंट्स देखने. You have to look at every element. You have to be empathetic but rationally. You have to use your rational senses. Okay, and empathy is developed in a person biologically also. Sometimes we also carry empathy from in our genes, from our parents. हमारे पेरेंट्स में से कोई कभी कभी इतना एम्पैथेटिक होता है कि नेचुरली हमारे अंदर वो फीलिंग आती है. सो दीज आर द 3 वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ एम्पैथी. एंड देयर आर 3 C's ऑफ एम्पैथी आल्सो: कल्चर, कंपैशन एंड कनेक्शन. नाउ इन योर फैमिली, इफ योर पेरेंट्स और ग्रैंडपेरेंट्स आर वेरी एम्पैथेटिक, the culture in your family would be such that you will naturally feel empathy in your body, in your mind. Compassion, when you are compassionate, empathy automatically develops in your mind. जब आप कंपैशनेट होते हो ना, एम्पैथी ऑटोमेटिकली आपके माइंड में बननी शुरू हो जाती है. देन कनेक्शन, इफ यू आर कनेक्टेड विद समवन, देन आल्सो एम्पैथी डेवलप्स. आप अपने फ्रेंड से, अपने पार्टनर से, अपने पेरेंट्स से कनेक्टेड हो तो आप उनका दर्द फील करोगे. इफ यू आर कनेक्टेड विद समवन, यू विल फील ऑटोमेटिकली देयर पेन, whether it's your child or your partner or your parents or your siblings. So these are the 3 C's of empathy. Okay, now let's understand what is sympathy. In the earlier example, we had understood what is sympathy, compassion and empathy. But sympathy, basically people say that sympathy is pity. Don't sympathize with me, I don't want your pity. But sympathy is different than pitying on someone. Pity तो मतलब होता है कि किसी पे बिल्कुल ही दया करना, दयनीय बना देना किसी को. But sympathy is not कि दया कर रहे हो आप किसी पे. Sympathy does not mean that you are, pitying on someone. No, sympathy is just an expression of your sorrow. If somebody is in pain, your facial expressions changes, or you start crying after seeing someone's pain. That is sympathy. The expression of sorrow on your face, in your mind, that is sympathy. जब किसी के यहाँ कहीं डेथ होती है तो आप ऑटोमेटिकली दुखी हो जाते हो, आप दया नहीं कर रहे हो, ऑटोमेटिकली देखकर उस बंदे को रोते हुए आप क्या हो जाते हो, दुखी हो जाते हो. वो सिंपैथी है. इट इज द फीलिंग एंड एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ कंसर्न अबाउट समवन accompanied with a wish that person should be happier or better off. When you are feeling the sadness of the other person, but you are also wishing, subtly and quietly, that the person should become happy. जब आप मन में सोच रहे हो कि हाँ भाई ये इंसान दुखी है, और प्रे भी कर रहे हो कि भगवान इसका दुख आप ले लो वापस, इसको खुशियों से इसकी लाइफ भर दो, उसे हम सिंपैथी बोलते हैं. When you are sad but you are quietly wishing good for that person, that is sympathy. In pity, you show that you are sad but you actually do not wish good for that person. पिटी में क्या होता है, दया कर रहा है ना कोई, तो मतलब वो एक तरीके से ईगोइस्टिक बंदा है कि भाई दया कर रहा है आपके ऊपर, आपकी कमजोरी पर, आपके दुख पर दुखी दिखा तो रहा है कि मैं दुखी हूं, बट आपके लिए कुछ अच्छा प्रे नहीं कर रहा. राइट, ही इज हैप्पी दैट यू आर इन दैट पोजीशन. Or he is not even feeling that you are in that position, or you are in a bad position and you are feeling bad. No. In sympathy, the person feels for you and the person wishes the good for you. And then comes compassion. फिर आता है हमारा compassion. I told you in the starting also what is compassion. Compassion में it's a deeper level of empathy. Empathy से भी काफी ज़्यादा deep है compassion, wherein you demonstrate an actual desire to step up and help that person. You do not just sit and feel bad. You do something to uplift that person from that condition. So an IAS officer or a civil servant needs compassion. Only then you can change the society, or else you will just sit on the chair and sign on the documents. Okay? Compassion होना क्यों जरूरी है? क्योंकि compassion नहीं होगा तो actual society में change कौन लाएगा फिर? राइट जब तक आप उसके लिए कुछ करोगे नहीं, उसे उसके दुख से बाहर निकालने के लिए, तब तक चेंज कौन लाएगा सोसाइटी में. एंड पीपल समटाइम्स से दैट इफ अ पर्सन इज कंपैशनेट ही इज वीक. नो, कंपैशन एंड एम्पैथी आर द वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग टूल्स अ पर्सन हैज. कंपैशन और एम्पैथी एक ऐसे टूल्स हैं जिनके बेसिस पे आज की दुनिया लोगों को कमजोर कहने लगती है, बट ये कमजोरी की निशानी नहीं होती, ये तो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ की निशानी है कंपैशन और एम्पैथी, जो हर किसी में नहीं पाई जाती. इट्स वेरी रेयर टू सी कंपैशन एंड एम्पैथी इन अ पर्सन. Okay, so we should respect that. Now here, let us understand what are the advantages and benefits of being empathetic. See, when you are empathetic, you relate to the person, you establish connections with that person, so your social networking skills they improve, right? आप जब empathetic होते हो ना, लोग आपके पास ज्यादा आते हैं. When you are empathetic, people will come to you because they know that you will understand them truly, you will not pity on them, you will work for them. So you make new connections every day. Your emotions are regulated, right? When you connect with people, you talk to them, you try to make them happy, your own emotions are balanced. जब आप लोगों से मिलते हो, उनके दुख दर्द को सुनते हो, समझते हो, उनकी हेल्प करते हो ना, आप खुद अच्छा फील करते हो. When you help someone, when you listen to someone, you feel very relieved in yourself. You feel very happy and balanced in your own self. Try to do it someday. Try to sit with your mother and talk to her. Try to listen to her. Try to, if she's sad, try to make her happy. You will feel very good, very uplifted. And helping behavior develops in you. जब आप दूसरों की बात सुनना शुरू करते हो ना, तो आपके अंदर ऑटोमेटिकली मदद करने का नेचर बनना शुरू होता है. And when this helping behavior is promoted in your mind, you automatically feel the rush of serotonin, the drug, the chemical that makes you happy. Right? That releases from your brain when you help someone, when you develop that helping behavior. These are the benefits of being empathetic. And how can you develop empathy? देखो, ऐसा नहीं है that everybody has empathy. Some people they lack empathy also. But how can you develop empathy? Very easy. Try to be a good listener. Do not interrupt people when they are sharing something with you. And when they are sharing something with you, listen to them with full alertness. Be mindful. Don't just sit and be dreamy in your own world while the other person is sharing their problems with you. कभी कभी होता है दूसरा हमसे अपनी प्रॉब्लम शेयर कर रहा है, हम पता नहीं कौन सी दुनिया में खोए हुए हैं, right? तो look at their human side. Be mindful. Be alert. Be in the present and listen rationally. Don't interrupt. Just first listen. Let the other person take everything out of their mind and thoughts. Okay, that is how you become empathetic gradually. And we have different national leaders and different philosophers who used to be, who used to support empathy. For example, Mahatma Gandhi ji used to say, I call him religious who understands the sufferings of others. That is such a wonderful quotation that you can use in your answers also in the introduction. महात्मा गांधी जी कहते थे, मैं उस इंसान को धार्मिक मानता हूं जो दूसरों की सफरिंग्स को समझता है, उन पे हंसता नहीं है. वो इंसान सच में धार्मिक या आध्यात्मिक है जो दूसरे के दुख दर्द पे हंसे ना. Then Henry Ford used to say, Ford कंपनी के मालिक, if there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's view and see things from his angle as well as your own. सबसे बड़ा सीक्रेट पता है क्या है सक्सेस का? जब आप दूसरे के पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचना भी शुरू कर दें. In that way you will be a wonderful manager, you will be a wonderful administrator. जब आप अपने स्वार्थ को साइड में रख के दूसरों के नजरिए से चीजों को देखें तो आप सॉल्यूशन ओरिएंटेड बनेंगे, राइट? एंड देन होमर, ही यूज्ड टू से, yet taught by time my heart has learned to glow at others good and melt at another's woe. मेरे समय के साथ मेरे दिल ने दूसरों में जो अच्छाई है उसे देखकर चमकना शुरू कर दिया है, और दूसरों के जो दुख है उनको देखकर मेरा दिल पिघल भी जाता है. So these are some very wonderful quotations that you can use in your answers on emotional intelligence, even in your essays or questions on compassion or empathy. And now you must be wondering, ma'am, then what is emotional intelligence? You said that you will be teaching emotional intelligence. This is emotional intelligence, the combination of sympathy, empathy, compassion in a person. What is it? It is emotional intelligence only. So let us understand what emotional intelligence is. समझ लेते हैं कि भाई ये emotional intelligence होता क्या है. Emotional intelligence basically means, it is also known as emotional quotient. Okay, it is the ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relieve stress, communicate effectively and empathize with others. इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस या इमोशनल कोशेंट क्या होता है? जब आप दूसरों को समझते हैं और अपने इमोशन को यूज करते हैं, मैनेज करते हैं. So what is emotional intelligence? It is the ability to perceive, control and evaluate emotions rationally. Yes, you can be sensitive. Yes, you can be very emotional. But when you perceive those emotions in a controlled manner, when you evaluate your emotions rationally and then act, that is called emotional intelligence. ठीक है, वरना तो फिर कोई भी आपको पागल बनाएगा अगर आप उसको कंट्रोल नहीं करोगे. Having, you should have emotions. If you don't have emotions, then how will you understand the other person? How will you help them? But if your emotions are making you, look like a fool, or if your emotions are not in your control, they are overflowing, and you are not making a rational decision, that would not amount to be intelligence. So when you control and evaluate each and everything which is related to your emotions, that control and evaluation is called intelligence. And emotional intelligence has different components. Self-awareness, when you are aware of yourself, what you want. Social skills, when you have enough skills to communicate with people. Self-regulation, when you can regulate your emotions. Empathy, we have just discussed empathy. Compassion and motivation, when you can also feel motivated and motivate the other person. These are the signs of emotional intelligence in a person. Okay, so it is the ability to identify your own emotion and those of others, and then you can apply that to fulfill an objective. Alright, now let's solve a case study. Now this question you have to solve yourself. Okay, this is a case study for you this time. We have talked in length for 26 minutes about emotional intelligence, empathy, compassion. Now I would check your answers. The students who have participated in the batch, this is for you. This homework question is for you. And the time for submitting this, the answer to this case study would be informed to you on the group itself. Okay? Group पर ही आपको inform कर दिया जाएगा कि आपको कब तक इसका answer submit करना है. So the case study is that Raghav is a CEO of Batuk Brothers and Private Limited. It's a company, and this company has been growing for quite some time. The company also recruited few specialists, and there is a policy in the company that after every 2 months now there is an open meeting wherein everyone in the staff can participate and they can come up with their suggestions, complaints and grievances. And Raghav, he is the CEO, so he sits in the meeting, he listens to everyone. Now the staff in this meeting, they came with their list of complaints and grievances, and they said that we want more space for the lounge area, for the creche, for the bathrooms. But Raghav, he said that we do not have this necessary space, we cannot spend money on the space and we lack the space. So Raghav, basically he said, I do not have the space and you have to work according to the space that we are providing. So Raghav has cultivated a habit of sitting through the entire meeting with a cheerful face, but his mind is switched off during the entire proceeding. And the meeting becomes a very tiresome ritual that he has to get through. And because of this now, many employees had left the company, and it's further hampering the business of the company also. So the question here is, in Raghav's situation, what action would you have taken and why? अगर आप राघव के सिचुएशन में होते तो क्या एक्शन लिया होता आपने और क्यों लिया होता? What course of action would you take and justify your action as Raghav? You have to do that. मतलब if you were at the position of Raghav, what would your decision be during these meetings? What would you do to make the staff understand if there is a lack of space, or to make the staff, happy by providing them the necessary space? So here, first, as usual, what we are going to do. So let's first understand who are the stakeholders which are involved in the case. Every time when we solve a case study, first we have to understand and identify the people who are at interest. Okay. First, Raghav is the stakeholder. Raghav's interest is there because he is the CEO of the company. If the staff is not satisfied, the company would suffer. Second, the employee of the company. That is the staff of the company. जो staff है company की वो भी यहाँ पर involved है. Third, all the employees. All the shareholders of the company. See, if there are shareholders of a company, they need dividend, right? And dividends are given to them if the company enjoys profits. So if the employees are not happy, the profits will go down. When profits will go down, shareholders will not get the appropriate dividend or return, and then the shareholders will also be at loss. So shareholders of the company are also involved here indirectly, right? So these are the stakeholders or parties of interest which are involved in this case. Now let us understand what is the situation that the company is facing right now. कंपनी इस वक्त क्या सिचुएशन फेस कर रही है ये समझ लेते हैं यहाँ पर, ठीक है. व्हाट सिचुएशन द कंपनी इज फेसिंग हियर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द सिचुएशन इज that the company is the staff is trying to convey their grievances, but the CEO is not at all mindfully present in the meeting. So the crisis management is bad, right? Second, conflict management is also bad over here. Third, decision making is not timely, because in every meeting the staff is coming up with the same kind of problems, and in every meeting the problem is not getting solved. So decision making is slow, right? These are the problems which the company is facing right now. And what are the ethical components involved over here? यहाँ पर ethics के perspective से क्या components involved है? Raghav as the CEO is not interested in the grievances of the staff. That means he is lacking the emotional intelligence. इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस राघव में क्या है? कम है, राइट? इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज लो इन राघव. इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस is also known as emotional quotient, right? Remember it. Then second, empathy is missing, because the staff is saying that we require more space for creche also. For the mothers who are bringing their child to the workplace, they also require space, but Raghav is not listening properly. So empathy is also lacking, and social skills are also lacking, because in every meeting it is becoming a tiresome ritual. Raghav is not mindfully present in the meeting. That means his social skills are also not there, because when you are socially very active, you are aware of the other person's issues and distress, right? So here social skills are also lack. तो यहाँ पर ये मैंने आपको बता दिए 3 आपके यहाँ पर चीजें जो केस स्टडी का एक फाउंडेशन बिल्ड करने के लिए जरूरी है. नाउ इन द आंसर दैट यू विल सबमिट, यू विल टेल मी व्हाट शुड बी द कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन इफ यू वर राघव. अगर राघव आप होते तो आप क्या करते, आप ये मुझे बताएंगे. व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट ऑल्टरनेटिव्स दैट यू मस्ट हैव chosen in this meeting, okay, to make sure that the employees and shareholders both are happy, because it's your company, right? तो ये आपको आज अटेम्प्ट करना है. यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट दिस केस स्टडी योरसेल्फ टुडे, एंड देन आई विल टेल यू द टाइम ऑफ सबमिटिंग द आंसर्स ऑफ दिस केस स्टडी ऑन द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. ओके.